Hi there everyone, welcome back to Dandelion Delphi Tutorials. Today we're going to look at the Supplementary 2019 question 2.1. This would be the SQL question. So first we just need to have a look at the table's layout. As you can see, plant code here is a text data type and it says it's a unique code, so therefore it means it is the primary key. Then you have a description and a category, size of the pot, also a text. Note the examples there of what it could be, and then the color, which is text, and then the price and currency, and in stock as an integer number. That will hold the number of plants in stock at the moment. Here we just have an example of our data in the table. And here is the second table. This one is using an auto number as their primary key. There's an invoice number, and here is a plant code. And you can see here it says it's the foreign key. That means it's the field through which the tables are linked. And the one that we are looking at here is what I call the child table. So one plant can have many orders, and then just the number of plants ordered and delivered. This is just the example of the data in this table. And then at the bottom there, you can see your one-to-many link. This is the table that I call the parent table, and one plant can have many orders. This would be the field through which we are linking through. So 2.1 is our SQL section. So press pause and try 2.1.1 yourself. This would be your easy question for 3 marks. So all we had to do here was display all the fields. So we're going to use select all, and it's from the table TBL plants, which you were told in the question paper, but only where the category was rows. Now remember, category was a text data type, therefore rows needs to be between these double quotes. Now try question 2.1.2. Make sure that you are seeing both flowers and roses, and also that you find colors that contain pink and not only pink. Press pause and I'll show you the memo soon. Very important is that you only display the fields that you are asked to display, no more or no less, or you will lose that mark. All these fields that we are working with are all in the table TBL plants, so we just have to read from TBL plants. I can use an in operator in SQL on text data types, unlike the one that we have in Delphi that can only use ordinal data types. Just make sure that you don't put an equal sign there, and that our in operator here has round brackets and not square brackets. And since category is a text data type, we will put the values there in quotes. So the category can either be flower or rose, and I will show that record. Added to that is that the color contains pink. So remember the like, we don't put equal signs here. We just have like, and then inside of these quotes here, we are going to put pink and percentage signs before and after the pink. That means contain pink. So any number of characters before pink or any another number of characters after pink, and my record will show if it is a flower or a rose. Here is question 2.1.3 for 5 marks. Now remember, if you watch some of the previous videos, the question as well as this output is giving us a clue as to what we need to use. We are asked to calculate the average, that's an aggregate function, per category, and we're displaying the category field. So I'm displaying a field and I have an aggregate function, and that indicates to me that I have to use a group by. And the group by is always on the field or fields that you are displaying, not on the aggregate function. And the average price should also be displayed in currency. So make sure you add your formatting there. Press pause and try it yourself. So I'm displaying the category and the average price. Note my formatting, where I use the first argument is what I want to format, and that's my average price, comma. And then in double quotes, I'm putting currency, not FF currency as in Delphi. For SQL, this is currency only in double quotes. And there's my heading or my field name, average price from table plants. And remember, when we want to display a field and we have an aggregate function, we need to group by category. So category is the field that I display with the aggregate function, and I'm calculating the average per category. So that's why I have my group by there. Here is question 2.1.4. Press pause and try it yourself. It's maybe a good time just to go back to the table layouts to make sure that you're reading from the correct tables. The description will appear in the one table and the number ordered in the other, together with the invoice number. So this is time to read from both tables. So here are the fields that I am displaying. Also make sure that you put them in the same order as in the screenshot. So the invoice number goes first, then the description, and then the number ordered. And I'm reading from both tables, both TBL orders as well as TBL plants. And when we're reading from both tables, the first thing we need to do in our where is indicate how the tables are linked, and they are linked through the plant code field. And since the plant code field appears in both tables, I need to precede them with the name of the table, a dot, and then plant code. It does not matter whether you're putting TBL orders or TBL plants first, as long as you indicate the link in here. And then if we have another condition, when we're reading from both tables, we will first put the condition, always followed then by an and the rest of our conditions. Now, invoice number was a text data type, and we were required to only show the fields F2. So that's what I'm doing in here. I am just searching for invoice numbers that are F2, and remember the double quotes because invoice number is a text data type. And here is the last question, question 2.1.5, which is update. Read carefully and press pause. I'll show you some more output just now. So the top example here shows you before the change was made, and you can see that the number ordered and delivered are not the same. And what you are required to do is to update the number of delivered to the same number as what was ordered as per the input from the user. Press pause and try it yourself. So here I have the input from the user. I'm keeping it as a string, even though it's a number, because if I store this as an integer, I would have to string to int here, and then I have to int to string again on this side. So for that reason, I just keep my input from the user as strings, unless I have to do some form of validation with the integer number. So we're going to update, and remember to study the structure of update. It's update and then the name of the table that I want to update, then set and then the name of the field that I want to update, assign to, so I'm changing the number of delivered field to the number ordered field, where the item is equal to what the person entered. And remember, item num was a number data type, so therefore I don't need any quotes or quoted string around the input from the user. Just make sure that your variables always appear in black, and the rest of your SQL code should appear in blue. And that was it for the first part of question 2. I have explained SQL in my Dandelion Delphi book 2. Hope to see you soon.